Welcome back to the Leventhal Report. I'm Rick Leventhal. President Trump called for new leadership in Iran as the number of protester deaths continues to rise. Meantime, Iran's president said an attack on the Ayatollah would lead to a full-scale war. The latest from our chief Washington correspondent, James Rosen.
Rick, good evening. President Trump responded to criticism from Iran's supreme leader by calling him, quote, a sick man who should stop killing people. Now 86 and reportedly in faltering health, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei addressed a small group in Tehran Saturday, accusing President Trump of fomenting the recent unrest in Iran and adding, we consider the U.S. president a criminal because of casualties and damages because of accusations against the Iranian nation. President Trump was at Mar-a-Lago at the time, watching from afar, as the regime has largely suppressed the uprisings that have convulsed Iran for some 3 weeks. Speaking to Politico by phone on Saturday, the president suggested the Ayatollah, in power since 1989, should pass the torch to a new generation. What he is guilty of as the leader of a country, the president told Politico reporter Sophia Kai, is the complete destruction of the country and the use of violence at levels never seen before. The leadership should focus on running his country properly, like I do with the United States, and not killing people by the thousands in order to keep control. Leadership, the president concluded, is about respect, not fear and death, unquote. Now, President Trump has vowed repeatedly to launch military strikes against Iran if the regime committed violence against peaceful protesters. And while that has, by virtually all accounts, occurred, the president has held off, citing pledges from the regime not to hang an estimated 800 prisoners. Rick?
James, thank you for that. Joining me now, Senate Chairman of the National Iranian Congress, Amir Fakhravar. Amir, thank you for joining the show.
Thank you for having me, Rick.
Well, the president hasn't said if he's considering an attempt to take out the Ayatollah one way or another, but would you and your organization support such a move?
Oh, 100%. We need it. We need the help. You know, this movement was started 47 years ago. The Iranian people, everybody in the world, wrongly, they are saying it was an Islamic revolution in 1979. It was not. In my book, Comrade Ayatollah, I brought a lot of documents which showed in 1979 it was a Russian coup that happened. And after that, when the mullah came to the power with the help of Soviet Russia, then Iranian people, we the Iranian people, have been trying hard. Myself, for last 34 years, I have been fighting with this regime. In July 9, 1999, the student uprising we had in Tehran, then the Green Movement, then 8 years ago, 6 years ago, when Mahsa Amini was killed. It's a continuation of a revolution for half a century in Iran. And finally, this time, we have hope because the world, we have President Trump, we have Benjamin Netanyahu there to help Iranian people. That's the reason. The people came out and the people, they said, okay, we are fed up with this regime, this Islamic, crazy, ideologic regime. And President Trump, please help us to get rid of this dictator. We, the Iranian people, we take care of the rest over there.
Okay. Well, Iran's president has blamed the U.S. for these ongoing protests, which, as you know, have left many thousands of Iranians dead. And it sounds like their propaganda machine's way of spinning the news. Do you think Iranian people are actually buying what the regime is selling?
No, not at all. 6 months ago, during the 12 days war, Israel have been killing all the IRGC generals. President Trump, with those beautiful B-2 bombers, destroyed entire Iranian regime's nuclear facilities. And you know what? The Iranian people, 90 million Iranians inside the country, 10 million outside, we all have been happy. President Trump is the most popular world leader in Iran. The people of Iran, they love President Trump. Back then, when President Trump, during the 12 days war, just asked the people of capital to leave, please evacuate Tehran, the capital of Iran. In 6 hours, 9 million people, they followed the order of President Trump and evacuated the capital. They have a lot of respect for President Trump. And this is the time President Trump can show the strong leadership he's showing to the world. President Trump, we don't want him to support any individual, not the son of former king, not any future dictator. We need constitutional assembly, and President Trump can endorse a constitutional assembly exactly the same as American founding fathers when 250 years ago they came together to draft the constitution. We want to have for Iran, we want to have a constitution to lead the country, not another dictator, either supreme leader or next king.
Yeah. Well, and the Iranian people deserve it, and we hope that they get it. Amir Fakhravar, thanks so much for joining the show tonight. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.